Hi, friends. Miss Eliza here, and welcome back to Peak Flicks Reading and Writing. Today is day 14. All right, friends. Now, our reading teaching point today is I can try it two ways when reading a hard word. Now, teachers and students, everyone in between, always have difficulty reading difficult words. I'm guilty of that. That happens for everyone, right? There are hard words and there are easy words, right? Now, try it two ways of reading strategy that can really help us, friends, and you will see how and why. All right, moving my there. All right, well, let's practice before we begin. Now, trying it two ways means that you read a word using the short vowel sounds and then the long vowel sounds. All right, when you come across a word that you're not quite sure of, you try it two ways. But before we do that, let's practice our long and our short vowel sounds. I want you to echo after me. That means I want you to repeat after me. A apple. A safe A. E ed E. E Pete E. I itch I. I pine I. Oops. Sorry, friends. O octopus ah. O home O. U up U mule U. All right, friends. Well, thank you so much for practicing your short and your long vowel sounds. All right. Well, now that we've have that in our toolbox and we freshened up what a long vowel sounds like and a short vowel sounds, let's get started. All right, friends. Just as I mentioned, we are going to try reading a very difficult word two different ways. All right. Now, reading a word using a short vowel sound, and then we're going to read words using a long vowel sound. Let's practice. Like here, apple. A for apple. That is a short vowel sound. Or we can try a word using the long way, right? Like an acorn, like acorn. All right. Apple, acorn, right? Using the long and the short vowel sounds. All right. All right, friends, I'm ready. Are you? I know you're ready. Let's rock and roll. All right, there goes my table of contents. You know, I love this. My table of contents. It's the backbone of nonfiction books. All right, friends. Now we're going to go into the table of contents because I want to know where to go so that I can try my strategy of two ways. All right. So I'm going to go down to now you see them. Okay. And that's on page 24. There it is. Now you can, well, I want you to follow along with me. You can try this after I'm done with the mentor text of sharks. All right, friends, ready? So watch me as I try a hard word two ways. Okay, ready? Some sharks glow, glow in the dark. That doesn't look right and it doesn't really sound right. It sounds like a nonsense word. Let's try it a long vowel sound. Some sharks glow. Oh, glow in the dark. That looks right and it sounds right and makes sense. Check. Beautiful. Let's continue. Do you see something oh, tiny, shiny in the water? Watch out. The t, 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 tinny lantern shark. Tinny? That doesn't look right or sound right. Let's try it the long way. The tiny. Oh, the tiny lantern shark is covered with a glow in the dark slime. That's amazing. Let me smooth my reading. The tiny lantern shark is covered with a glow in the dark slime. That sounds right. That looks right. That makes sense. Check. Amazing. All right, friends, let's continue reading this page. The lantern shark is a deep sea shark. Many deep sea animals glow. Sharks think glowing might help predators attract prey. All right, friends, you saw me try it two ways using the long vowel sound and the short vowel sound. All right, now it's your turn. I want you to go ahead. Let me minimize so you can see my page. I want you to go ahead and take out a book. It can be the same book that you've been reading before. Maybe it can be a new one. I want you to try that reading strategy out. I want you to try reading a word that's difficult. Try reading it using two ways, right? Reading it the long vowel sound way or the short vowel sound way. All right, friends. Remember, this is just a reading strategy. Maybe you read your book and you don't get to use it. That's okay. This is a reading strategy that I want you to keep in your toolbox so that when you do come across a very difficult word, you can try it two ways. All right. Now, remember, I want you to pause this video for 5 minutes and then you come back so that we can get ready for writing. Come back in 5 minutes. I'll see you in a few. Hi, friends. Welcome back. I hope you were able to try it two ways, friends, okay? Now, for writing, our teaching point today is I can organize my All About book and use a checklist to check my work. All right, friends. Well, this is basically the end. Almost. We're almost there. The end of our writing process, friends. This is probably one of the most important steps before you publish your book. Now, today we're going to organize our pages because everything is in our writing journal. And we're going to put them in order, staple them, or we can fold them together. And then we're going to check our work using our information checklist. This checklist is found in your packet or whatever you were given by the school. This should be in there, okay? All right, well, let's get started. All right, friends. Now, today, like I said, is a very, very important part of the publishing process, right? Today, we're going to organize all our pages from our All About book. And then at the end, we're going to use this checklist that I have here so that we can make sure that we were able to complete all of those important things that we need to complete in order for us to publish and we can have other friends read our story. All right. Well, now, if you remember, I drew a picture, right? And then all of my writing is in my writing journal. So what I have to do is I really have to get this out, but I don't want to ruin the book. I don't want to ruin the pages. We worked so hard on this. So I'm going to go ahead and take out my teacher scissors. Okay. Now remember, we have to hold our scissors properly in a safe way. This is my teacher scissor. I know that you guys can use maybe your student scissor, or maybe you can have an adult help you cut the pages out of your notebook, okay? Now, I am going to show you my work. All right, let me see if I can make some room. Let me show you mine. Okay, so here is my writing. Now, remember, I'm going to start on page 1, and then we have page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we have my glossary, 7, and then we finally have the table of contents. Now, this is not in order, okay, because the table of contents is supposed to be in the front. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you an example of what you can do, or maybe a parent or someone at home that can help you. I'm going to cut out my pages. Now, I have my teacher scissors. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut alongside this area here so that it's loose, okay? And then I can organize my writing. It doesn't have to be perfect, friends, but just be careful because you did spend a long time and you worked very hard creating your book. So I want you to take your time. Do not rush. There it is. You see, it's not really perfect, but maybe I can fix it at the end. I have teacher scissors, so what I'm going to do is maybe I can take a few pages at a time, and then I can cut them. Let's see here. Maybe that's too many pages. maybe I can do 3 pages and cut them at a time. All right, so we have 3 pages. I'm gonna put my cutout version here, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut. Remember, again, ask an adult to help you, or you can use your own scissors to cut your pages out. It's not as perfect, but it will be better once I put everything together. So that's that. And then I have to cut these pages out. So watch me. There it is. I'm going to make sure that I am careful and I'm really cutting the pages that I need, friends, right? Remember, take your time. I do not want you to mess up or make a silly mistake because you did work so hard on your All About books. All right, friends, there it is. I can move this book out of the way. Now, all of my pages are not organized, all right? Remember what our teaching point today is, that we are going to organize all your All About books or all the pages rather. And then, like we said here on this anchor chart, and then we're also going to check our work. So that's what we're going to do. Now, since our pages are numbered, we're going to just put them in order. So I'm looking for page number 1. This I'm going to put in the side. I'm going to look for page number 1. Beautiful. That's page number 1. I'm looking for 2. So there is page number 2. I'm looking for page number 3. There is number 3. So you see, friends, I'm putting this in order. Page number 4. Page number 5. Page number 6. Right? Page number 7. I think that's basically it. But then there's a very important page that goes at the very beginning, and that's our table of contents. All right, and that goes at the very beginning. Now, I know we all did a very, very cool cover. I have my cover here, and that ultimately comes at the very beginning of the book. So I'm going to just organize and making sure that all my pages are set. If you would like, because it's still not as even, I am going to just take a little bit of it off. Not everything, right, friends, because we don't want to cut out any words. But if there's a page that just looks a little silly and it looks a little out, you see, just brush it to the side. And now I have more of a clean line, friends. All right. Now, here I have my cover. I'm going to match it to my corners, okay? And then I can also on here on the spine of the book, then I can go ahead and give it a little tap so everything settles. And everything seems about correct. I have my cover. I have the table of contents. I have all my pages in order. Let me triple check. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, friends. So like I said, I'm just going to give it a little tap. Now, this is when you can use a stapler. If you have a stapler at home. If you do not have a stapler at home, friends, you can simply just fold the corner of your book so that all your pages can stay together. Okay. Now I'm going to use my stapler. All right. Again, you can use the corner of sort of the folded corner so that all your pages are together. Let me give it a nice little, I'm going to go ahead and staple on this. There it is. That's silly. Okay. That worked. Sorry about that. Give it a little, there we go. Oh, that worked. There's another staple here. And then I'm going to staple all the way down here. Remember, you can have your mom or your dad or someone at home that can help you staple all the pages to your book, or you can simply fold it just like this. All right, friends. Well, this is it. We've created our All About book. We are very close to finishing, but we have one more step to complete, and that is to check our work. Now, this is very important, friends. I'm going to just go ahead and make it a little closer so that you can see. Now I'm going to have this checklist on the side and I'm going to check to see if everything that I have here I have in there. Now, let me just go ahead and put this to the side. Now you can go ahead, friends, and follow along here since I have a virtual copy and it's a lot more easier to see. I am going to go ahead and take my pencil. I have my pencil. I'm going to check if I have it. Now, the first one says, I told, drew, and wrote about my topic. All right, so I know we talked about our topic many, many times. I also drew pictures and I wrote facts about my topic, right? So this I can, and you can go ahead and do the same. You can give yourself a check if you did all three of those, which I'm sure everyone did because we did that every day. Okay. The next one says, I put different things I knew about the topic. So, friends, that simply just means that we didn't repeat the same thing on each page. We did write different things. If you notice on the table of contents, we have sharks, baby sharks, fun facts, shark's teeth, shark attacks, right? Every page has something different. Okay. So you can go ahead and give yourself a check because you didn't repeat the same information. You wrote new things every day. I told, drew, and wrote across pages. So did we use more than one or three pages? Yes, we did, friends, right? We have many pages here in our All About book. So yes, we did do that across pages. I can read my writing. This is very important, friends. Now, sometimes we write and we do not remember what we wrote. So, what I want you to do here is I want you to take some time to see if you can read it yourself. Now, I'm going to go ahead and read it to see if I can read my writing, okay? So, here is a shark. I labeled and I said, sharks do not have bones, they have soft cartilage instead. Baby sharks are called pups. All right. So remember, I'm checking to see if I can read my own writing so I can give myself a check. This one says, sharks can smell blood from miles away. All right. I can read that. And I labeled my picture. Here I wrote, sharks have many rows of teeth. And these are different examples, my diagram there. And here it says, sharks can attack people, but it is rare. And here's a picture of that. And it says, sharks can disguise themselves. And here I have the ocean floor and I have the wobbegong shark that's like disguised on the floor. And then I have my glossary that says, cartilage, rubbery and strong. All right, well, I can give myself a check for this because I can read my writing. Here, I stretched the sounds out to spell tricky words. If you remember, there were some tricky words that I sounded out, like the word shark or the word cartilage. I stretched out my sounds to be able to read this. Okay, here it says, did I use my word wall to help me spell? Now, friends, a lot of you have this. This is called a mini word wall. And so whenever you have a hard time spelling a very short sight word, you can look it up here to see if you can find it. Now, many of my sight words were correct, and I did actually have a word wall on the side. So, yes, I did. Now, did I put finger spaces in between my words? I did. I even modeled. Remember, if you remember back, I have spaces in between all my words so they're not all together. So, yes, I did. Now, I used ending punctuation and capital letters to begin my sentence. So I have a capital letter here and I have a punctuation mark there. So I did that throughout the book, right? Baby has a capital letter and my punctuation mark, and I have that on all my pages, friends. So just make sure that you have a capital letter and you have a period at the end of your sentence. All right, friends. So I checked my work. My work is ready to be published, friends. All I have to do is really just color my pictures. All right. This is all right, friends. Now it's your turn. You probably cut your pages along with me, or you did not, that is okay. This is the time to do that. If you're doing it on your own, please make sure that you're using safe scissors. Use a small scissor for stew for kids, or if you have a large scissor, then have someone that's a little older to cut your pages, okay? Or you can have your family member, parent to help you. All right, now remember, friends, today you are organizing your pages and checking your work. Now you're going to use this checklist on the side. Remember, I used my checklist and I went ahead and checked the areas that I completed so that I can publish my work. That is it for today, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope and I can't wait till you are all complete with your All About book. I'm sure your books are amazing. I wish that I can see all of them. Um, so that's it for today, friends. Thank you so much. Make sure that you organize your pages. Make sure you check your work. That's very important. And I will see you here tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.